Hello, guys. This is Jennifer. I wanted to connect with you. I have so many responses from you lovely people wanting to kind of guide these live videos and had some topics that you wanted me to go over. And so I just thought that I would kind of go down the list and just kind of go through them and see what felt right. And the one that really caught my eye tonight was how to find your dream job. And you know, it's a process. The chances of you finding your dream job right away is rare. It's possible. Anything's possible. I'm not going to knock it. The universe is extremely powerful, as is we are. However, it does take some kind of a process to really look within and find your dream job. So I just wanted to kind of chit-chat with you a little bit and kind of give you some tips, some ideas of how to really kind of connect with yourself. That really is the first step. You have to know what you want. It's one thing to say, I don't like where I am, but it's another thing to say, I want this. So the first thing is to really look within and to ask yourself, what is it that I've always wanted to do? We come here with a purpose. Every one of us comes down here with a certain purpose. Hi, Jacqueline. Thank you for being here. And so a lot of the times with life and with people telling us what we should and shouldn't do, we lose track of that purpose that we came down here for. And sometimes we just need to connect again with that. So a question that you might want to ask yourself is simply, what did I want to be when I was little? And I know that kind of sounds, elementary in a sense, but when we're little, we are not tainted with how people think. We don't have that. We have great imagination. We are more connected with Source because we don't allow any of the outside world to really come into our being. We are who we are, and we want what we want. And we're great manifestors when we're little. So ask yourself, when you were little, what you like to do. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Sometimes that's the main direction to go in, is what did you love when you were little? And I'm not saying, for me, I love Light Bright. I know that sounds funny, but I could play Light Bright for hours and hours on end. It was just something about colors and pictures and creating that I really, really loved. And going down the road, 25, 30 years later, I find that I really loved art. I brought that back into my life again. And then everything kind of worked around that. So sometimes it's as simple as Light Bright. Or, I really loved art, or I really loved, I don't know, everyone has a different thing, Some people loved a certain type of sport, or some people really loved a certain type of place that they loved, that they felt connected to. So that would be the first thing, is really just check within yourself. Hi, everybody. Check within yourself, because that's where the power is. The power is within. And the answer is within. You just have to kind of check in and kind of feel that again. Put that focus back inside. The other thing is that where you are now is where you are. And that's great, because that's a starting point. And that can actually catapult you over to where you want to be. So wherever you are now in your job or your career, if you are looking for something more, ask yourself, what is it that I want more of? Am I looking for more communication? Am I looking for more freedom? Do I want to travel more? There's a lot of different things that that you can actually have answers to right where you are, right from your start. So if you're looking for your dream job, find out what it is, first of all, by looking within, checking in with that child within you, maybe meditating a little bit, and then check in where you are currently in your job. Years and years ago, I was working in Carmel, California, and I was working at a clothing store. And I mean, it's beautiful there. And it was a very high-end clothing store. Of course, anything in Carmel really is. Let's see. Yeah, my volume is up all the way. Let me see. Is that better, Debbie? Can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Trey, Fong, Sandra, can you hear me okay? Can you thumbs up me? No one can hear me? I don't know. Oh, you can? You can hear me now, Sandra? Okay, you can hear me? Okay, guys. I'll talk louder. All right, so years ago, I was living in, can hear you, beautiful. Thank you for the confirmation. All right, so years ago, I was living in Carmel, and I was working in a clothing store. And I it was a very high-end clothing store. But there was something about the connection that I had. Great, thanks, Debbie, for the heads up on that, too, and letting me know. I'll talk louder. There was something about the connection that I had with the people. There wasn't a warmth, and I wasn't connecting I just wasn't connecting. I was kind of alone at the time. I needed more connection. And I went home from work one day, and I thought, gosh, I needed to do more. I just feel like I need to give more of who I am or something, because asking someone if they want a different size skirt, at the time, it just wasn't enough for me. And I kid you not, I looked within, and I was in the backyard of where I was staying, and I asked myself, okay, Jen, what do you want? What is it you want? And I said two things. I said, I want to help people, and I want to see them recover. I want to be a part of their recovery. And I truly believe that once I sat down and I asked myself what I wanted, the universe came down, and a source answered me. And I got a phone book, and I said, I want to do physical therapy. Physical therapy is what that would be. It's connecting with patients, customers, and I would be in a place where I would see them recovering. So I went and I looked from A to Z, and I called every physical therapy office in Monterey. And when I got down to the M's, I ended up getting a hold of my manager-to-be, and I asked them if they were hiring. And he said, actually, we are. And he said, they're in a meeting right now. It was like 6 o'clock at night. It was crazy. And he says, if you can make it down here, we can interview you. And I got the job. I got the job that night. It's amazing when you start looking within and you tune into that power within you, and you tune into the source that we're all connected to, that once you feel it, once you feel that energy, the universe guides you. The universe will guide you into the next step. So that's the main thing, is one, finding out what it is you want. And then two, once you do figure out what it is you want, then you just need to take the steps. Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes you look into what you want and you find out that it might take some schooling, or maybe some classes, or maybe some online classes. Sometimes you just have to say, you know what, I want more, and I'm going to go ahead and start making the steps to make that happen. That's kind of the big thing is, you're never stuck. It's really about just connecting within and making the choice that you want more. And then once you want more, then you figure out what it is you actually want and you nail that down. And that's when the power really starts. Because that's when you really can take the steps. You know kind of where to go, the direction to go in. There's no reason to be afraid. People change careers all the time. And usually once you do change the career that you want, the universe really will come and protect you and guide you and help you out. My dad was really into me doing science and math for all my life. As a matter of fact, he believed that school was meant for just science and math. And so that's what I grew up. I was kind of coerced in a way to look into just science and math. And so down the road, I ended up going into microbiology and biochemistry. And, the classes were hard, but I was able to do it. I thought, I've always loved science. I've always loved the cells and just seeing life in such a small amount, some atoms and the protons and the neutrons, just knowing that there's so much that your eyes can't see that actually exists. Was really amazing to me. And so I really had a passion for it too. But the classes were hard and it wasn't really for me. I loved it, but at the same time I was sitting in a chemistry lab one day and I had a white coat on for lab and there was no one else around and I sat there and I was looking at a petri dish at the time. And I thought, I don't know if I really want to do this the rest of my life. Yeah, I can make good money, but I don't know if it's really me. I'm really more of a people person, and I just don't know if this is really, really for me. And so I ended up kind of putting it out there in the universe. Suddenly I wasn't going on that path anymore. I started wondering what it is I wanted to do. And it was a big step. All my family loved the fact that I was doing biochemistry. And there was ego involved. I thought I could maybe change the world or cure cancer or, it felt good to have that label at the time. And I ended up, I was working at a job at the time and going to school, night classes. And I ended up going on my lunch hour one day, and there was a billboard, and it said, "If you don't know something about find the love in your job you want, and go check out graphic design classes." And I thought, that's really neat. And at the time, I was actually working for a heating and air company, and the girl, her name was Jenny. And she was the graphic designer, and I was customer service. And so I was setting up the portfolios and everything for the clients and getting them all set up and marketing and things like that. And she was doing graphic design, and I would sit there and I would watch her on Photoshop, and I just thought that was the neatest thing. And at the time, I had no experience. I just knew that I really liked colors, and I just thought I could do that, but I never really put the energy to do it until it came to the point where the timing was right and I accepted that I wanted something different. And that's when the sign came from the universe, and I'll never forget that day. I looked up at the board, and I thought, thank you, universe. I'm going to go do art classes. I can't draw a hangman right, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try this. And I did. I took graphic design classes, and I'm this close to my degree, but I ended up doing just enough so that I could end up bringing that creativity and that inspiration that I so love. And I ended up designing the Subliminal Vision Boards app. And, everything happens for a reason. And so it's just about really checking in with yourself, knowing what you want, finding out what you want, knowing what you want, and then being open to taking the steps to go there. I shifted my whole career. I canceled my biochemistry classes, and I ended up starting and doing drawing and color classes and painting, and I mean, it shifted my whole career, and I had fun. I enjoyed going to classes for once in my life, and I was good at it. You know, I have a passion for those things, and I've always loved art. And so I ended up taking my passion and making it my career. And that's really what it boils down to, is we all have a passion inside of us, whether it's marketing or science or finances or doing advertising, or I mean, it's endless, all the different things that you can do. But the one thing is that you know what you want. It's just a matter of searching within and finding that answer, and then doing something with that answer. And be open to maybe having to relocate. Sometimes you just need to kind of branch out, open up a little bit. If you're not happy in the place you're at, and you feel like you're not moving around too much, maybe things aren't working so well where you are. Maybe the job isn't working out, and you're not happy. Things are really kind of coming in on you where you're at. Then look at going somewhere else. There's nothing better than a fresh start, a new place, a new beginning. I think that's why I move around a lot. Right? I used to. Is that it's just something about a new beginning. You can start all over. You get a fresh new start. People don't even know who you are. You get to just be a brand new person and a brand new beginning. And so don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone a little bit, to do what you want, to do what you love. Find what you love and accept it, and take the steps to make it happen. There are so many resources out there, and it's just a matter of putting in the energy, putting in that focus, and then really kind of just focusing on what you want. The other thing is that wherever you are now, love it. Love it. Put love towards your job, no matter how funky it might be. Try to put love into your boss. Try to put love into your space wherever you are. Focus on what you can appreciate, because when you're happy where you are, then your vibration gets high. And when your vibration gets high, that's when the magic happens, right? So vibration gets high, energy is high, you're putting momentum, and sure enough, things start happening for you. So where you are now, I mean, unless it's abusive, obviously leave. But if it's just not what you want to do, then try to find what you love about it. Try to find the good things that you can about it. In the meantime, you're never stuck. But if you can focus on just connecting within and enjoying where you are right now, enjoy the most you can, because it's your now. Whether you like it or not, that's where you are. And so if you can bring happiness and bring joy and send love to maybe your coworkers, or maybe there's a pretty tree that you go and hang out at lunchtime. I don't know what it is for you, but focus on what you are liking about your job, and then look for what you ultimately want to do. Because the more that you put love into everything, right, the more that love comes back to you. And the higher your vibration, the more clarity you have, the more passion comes through. And before you know it, things are coming through. Ideas are coming through your mind. You're being focused to look at something, and all of a sudden the sign is there. So really focus on the signs too. The universe is going to give you these signs. If you start thinking about something and you go to a coffee shop and someone mentions that, go, oh my God, thank you, universe. look at those signs because they really are there for you to understand that you're on the right path, that maybe this is really something that you really want to do. Um, and then follow your heart, follow your heart, follow your passion, follow what makes you happy. That's the main thing too, is really follow what is your passion, follow what beats your heart faster. Art and connection to communication for me is really big. I love working with people, and as much as I could have gotten paid working and talking to a petri dish all my life, I knew that I wanted to do more. I knew that I could give more to the world, and don't be afraid of that power. Don't be afraid of not, just accept that. Accept that you are amazing. And maybe you don't know the how, but if you can focus on the why, that's where the power is. And then once you find what you do want to do, immerse yourself. Immerse yourself as much as you can. If you know, surround yourself with people that do it. Go to places where it's done. Look at blogs, look at articles, go on Facebook, look at that space more and more. I know I keep saying it, create a vision board. Make a vision board of what exactly it is that you want to do in your career. Where is it? How much is your base pay? What do you get to do? What do you feel like when you're doing it? Where is it at? Put all these things on your vision board and look at it every day. I created an app, Subliminal Vision Boards. It allows you to make unlimited vision boards, and you can create business boards, love boards, career boards, weight loss boards, anything. Because when you start following your passion, your life only gets bigger and better every time. So all of a sudden, these doors that were closed at one point are opening up. So create a vision board. It's amazing the power of seeing your images, because once you see your images, you feel good, you feel happy, you start thinking about how wonderful it's going to be when you have this. And then what you're doing is you're just putting that out there more and more into the universe. So really immerse yourself around what you love. Take pictures of it. Put pictures up. Create a vision board. Talk to people about it. Tell people what you want to do. Tell people, how excited you are. Look into classes. Look into, talk to people who maybe do it. Look into, I don't know what it is that you would want to do, but you can always, there's always people doing it. So connect with those people that maybe are in that field and do something. I mean, there was a point where, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people. And I ended up doing a ride along with my cousin, who was a paramedic. And I didn't know, what it would be like. I found out after the 24 hours that it really wasn't for me. But I tried it. And I got to see another world, because that's really what it's about. It's about knowing what you want and knowing what you don't want. And when you immerse yourself into the world that you think you want, it gives you a really good chance to really see if that's really what you want. And that's really what it's about, is find out what you want, look within the child within, meditate a lot. Look within and find out what it is that really rocks your world. Find out what that passion is that you've always wanted to do. And then find out what it takes to do it. Find out what the steps are to do it. Is it somewhere that you need to go? Is it a class you need to take? Is it more experience that you need? There's always a beginning to everything. And so you're at the beginning. That's okay. You can take little steps, and each little step is going to get you more and more to where you want to be. But stay positive and stay happy, and find the love and the appreciation for the job that you have. Because once you are up here, like I said, the universe can always bring you what you need. Just keep asking what you already have asked, but keep immersing yourself around it. Keep seeing it. Keep talking about it. And the universe will give you signs. It will urge you. You'll feel an urge. You'll feel a reason to go there, and you'll hear a conversation, and it'll be exactly what you needed to hear about the thing that you want to do. Or you'll be watching TV and you'll click on a channel, and all of a sudden, your name might pop up. It's endless how many ways the universe can coincide and bring quote unquote coincidences into your life to really show you and guide you. So never lose faith, never think that you're stuck, and really just let go. Be okay with wanting more. We're so conditioned sometimes to be afraid that this is okay to just settle where you're at. No, it's not. You have a passion. You have a purpose in your life. And it's a waste of life if you don't get to experience it, if you don't get to express it, if you don't get to share it to the world. It's going to be, it's sad. And you are the only one that has that power, that has that drive inside you, that has that passion. So I encourage you to really look in and be okay with wanting more, and take the steps. And don't focus on the reasons you can't do it. I know you have a baby, or you work full time, or you've got classes. I don't know what the excuses can be, and I'm not trying to be mean here, but if you really want to change your life, then you need to take the steps to shift it. To take the steps to shift your vibration, to take the steps to bring what you want into your life, and to really focus on it. Spend every day and focus on what you want. Write it all out. Write it in a letter of appreciation. I don't know what it's called, but write it out. Talk about it. Keep it in front of you. Make a vision board. Download my app, Subliminal Vision Boards. It's on Android right now, but make a change. Put it out there in the universe, because nothing is going to change if you don't. Did you hear that? Nothing is going to change if you don't. If you don't take that step, if you don't look within, nothing is going to change. And you have the power. You have the power to keep it the way it is, or to change it. And that's it. So it's really about looking within and finding out what you want to do, being okay with that, and then jumping. You gotta leap sometimes in this life. And sometimes you just have to take baby steps to leap. The universe always provides. So have faith in that. Know who you are. Know that you have so much power inside you. You are source. You have a connection with your ancestors. If you want to be an artist, you can meditate and you can put the energy out there, and you can connect with Van Gogh and Monet. These are beautiful spirits and souls that are energy now, and you have connection to them. You just have to put the focus and the energy back on what you want. You have to look within yourself, check within, connect within, and listen to that voice and look for the signs, because they're out there. And the more and more that you put it out there, the more the signs will come. And then pretty soon, it's all just, you're just going, oh my God, how did that just happen? How did that person say that? Or, how did I know to go? It doesn't matter. The universe will work its magic. You just have to work on putting it out there. And that's it. I mean, those are really the steps of finding your job, finding the dream job, appreciating the job you have now, staying in that high vibration. I created a new group. It's called Vortex Connections. Go like my page. It's incredible. I've got so many wonderful, beautiful souls that are it's an open group. So they're leaving some really great knowledge and some really great tools that you can do and use to really keep your vibration high and keep yourself focused and keep yourself in the vortex and keep going. So just know that everything is always working out for you. You just got to take the steps to really get what you need in this world, because life is meant for you. And I found this great quote, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. And that's what it's about. It's about doing what you love. So the first step is to find out what you love. And that's really about searching within, and then just surrounding your life and yourself around that exact thing. And pretty soon it all attracts to you. And the next thing is oh my gosh, I'm doing the job I love. And then after that, things just keep opening up more and more for you. So do you have any questions for me? I know I've been kind of talking for a while. I've seen Teeny there and Glinda and Pebby. I'm here if you have any questions at all. Is some of my things, my steps, my ideas making sense? Do you know what you want? Have you ever asked yourself what you want? Sometimes we just get so caught up in life and caught up in what people want us to want, that we forget even who we are, and we forget our purpose. We forget to even ask ourselves. Do you have any questions at all? Can you hear me? These crazy phones. I love going live, but the connection in the phones is kind of nuts sometimes. I hope this video helped you. I hope this video inspired you to really look within, because we spend so much of our time at our jobs, quote unquote jobs. And we better like it. We better at least be doing what we love, because we spend so much time there. So go do what you love. Go look within. Go connect with yourself. Go and create a vision board. And if you don't have my app, if you don't have an Android, then go and start making a vision board. And pen it up the old-fashioned way, in your bedroom or your bathroom or your kitchen or whatever. And at least have a place where you can look at it. If you can't do my app, vision boards, then at least change your screensaver at your work to what you want to be doing. Or, I know it sounds kind of bad, but they won't know. But, a place you want to go, or what you want to be doing. Put it in your wallet. Put a picture of it. Start looking at blogs. Start looking at different groups that offer that. Talk to people that are doing it. It's really about just immersing yourself around what you want. Charles, thank you. That means a lot to me. I hope this is insightful. I hope it helps, kind of guide you guys a little bit, because it's not easy. And a lot of times we do feel stuck. Hi, Charles. Yeah, Charles. So iOS is coming. I promise you. It's in the latest development. It's going to be here this summer. And it'll be at the iPhone store, or the iTunes store. Right now, it's just for Android phones and tablets. And then after that, I'm going to actually get it on PCs and Macs. I want this to be a beautiful manifesting app. It's so powerful. To have it just available for everybody. But yeah, so Charles, it's coming this summer. It's just a matter of, these apps are not easy to develop. They're pricey and they take a lot of time. But we're actually adding some new features too to it. So it's going to be really neat. It's the best app out there. It's incredible. It's amazing, because we don't realize how powerful our minds are, especially our subconscious minds. I did a lot of research, and our subconscious minds are thousands of times more powerful than our conscious minds. And a lot of times, there's a lot of repressed emotions and a lot of repressed memories and a lot of brainwashing that's in our subconscious minds. that we need to retrain it to really clear out a lot of that negative thinking and the negative energy that's inside there. And so what my app does is it takes your images and affirmations. It comes with over 100 affirmations. And once you're done creating your vision boards, and I say boards because you can create unlimited ones, you can choose, it's called the Subliminal Take 5 feature. And it allows your images and affirmations to flash at a speed that only your subconscious mind can see while you're looking at your images. So it's the most amazing app because you really hit your conscious mind and your subconscious mind at the same time. And we're just getting amazing results from it. So, so yes, Charles, this summer it will be available. And check out my other group, Vortex Connections. If you are liking my videos, I don't have a set time. I kind of pop in when the inspiration calls. Feel free to subscribe down below, and just connect with me. Feel free to leave me some questions that you might have. I'm more than happy to do live videos. I do a lot of research before I do them, and I also meditate and I connect with myself and with Source before I even go on here. So I really feel that I'm guided in a lot of ways to connect. And I've also been a kind of a life coach all my life. I've life coached my family and friends and a lot of different people. So if you ever have any other questions or any other ideas that you'd like me to go over, please feel free to PM me, or you can even leave us a message here. And I will definitely consider it and look into it. Like I said, this one question was how to find the dream job. That was a question that my friend had left here, and I wanted to kind of go over that. So, Charles, I will deeply consider what you said on the report. Good. Oh, and that's what it's about. It's about distraction too. That means so much to me, Charles. Thank you. Thank you so much. It just gives me the oomph that I'm helping people here. We do get distracted. We are trained and brainwashed to look at other people's lives. And it's true. We're looking at commercials. We're looking at TV shows, reality shows, magazines, you name it. We are a society that's focused on other people's lives. And when you stop that and you start taking that energy and really focusing on within, when you start looking at your own life for once and not watching the TV and not looking at the commercials and not watching those reality shows, that's like the waste of time ever. And, the government wants that. They don't want you inspired. And I'm not even going government-wise here, but it's just a fact. They don't want you smart. They don't want you inspired. They don't want you clear, and they don't want you to know how powerful you are. So you are powerful, and you are amazing. And stop watching other people's lives, and start focusing on your own life, because a lot of the times we get so distracted with other people's lives, other people's issues, other people's concerns, and we forget our own. We forget our own goals and our own dreams. And it's time. We are in a powerful time. And we are deliberate creators. And we have to put deliberate back into it, because we are the only ones that have the power and that can take the action and can take the steps to really putting the energy and the focus back on to who we are and what we love and what we want in our life. Because we can do it. We can do anything that you put your mind up to, anything at all. It's just about putting that focus on that instead of what you don't want or on someone else's life. And that's it. That's really all I got for you guys. It really is simple when you can break down and take away the fluff, take away the emotion, take away everyone else's issues, and look at the core. And the core always comes back within. So once you start looking back within and turn that around, that perspective back onto you, oh man, It's endless. It's amazing what you can do. You just have to do it. That's it. You just have to do it. And it's wonderful that you are, I think just having you on here is a sign that says, do it. Make me the sign. If you were looking for something that says, I want to change careers, but I'm not quite sure. I don't really like it. It's not really want to do, but gosh, I just don't know if I can or if I should. Right here. Make me the sign today that says, I know now. I know now that it's time. It's time for me to be happy. It's time for me to follow my bliss. It's time for me to follow my greatest joy. And it's time for me to do something that I love. Because once you do what you love, everyone around you too is going to be a happier too. But it all starts from within. Charles, good night, sweetie. Thank you so much for joining me. Everybody, thank you so much. I hope this helped. I hope this really gave you some tips of the trade. This is what I've done. This is what I've found over the years. And it really does work. So consider deeply like Charles is doing and really look within because it's now. The time is now to make the change that you want in your life. And that's it. Click this goodbye and go be happy. Go online. Go look and see what you can do with what you want to do. Take that next step. Please. You won't regret it. All right, loves. Have a beautiful night. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. And I love you. And subscribe below if you want to keep listening to me as the times go on. And check out my new group, Vortex Connections, and my new app, Subliminal Vision Boards. All right, loves. Good night, sweeties. Bye-bye. Have a great day and a great night.